Hello and welcome to Business Insider with Mario Tanaguzzi on YYC Business, brought to you by Megapix Media. Joining me today is Alicia Planinshish, who is economist with Business Council of Alberta. Thanks for joining us today, Alicia.
Thanks for having me.
The council recently produced and put out a survey on some of the labor situation that we are facing in the province here in Alberta. One of the things that I found interesting was the 2.4% is the highest long-term unemployment rate in the country. Tell me why that number is so high and has remained high now for I guess quite some time.
Yeah, so we've got this interesting case in Alberta where we've got these kind of two seemingly contradictory trends, where we've got a lot of folks who have been unemployed for a very long time. On the other hand, we've got a lot of businesses who are actively looking to hire and are having trouble filling positions. So as you say, long-term unemployment in Alberta is about double what it's been nationally. And this is a big concern of ours. It's a little bit unclear as far as why. We do know one aspect is we had obviously the oil price crash happen just prior to the pandemic. So we had a lot of folks that were unemployed even before the pandemic hit and hurt unemployment more nationally. So we've certainly got that factor at play. But as well, we've also had greater weakness both in hard-hit industries in Alberta, as well as other industries. So whether that be professional services, whether that be energy services, tech, etc., is just not seeing the same growth that we're seeing in some other provinces.
Okay, so the council is raising the alarm of a looming labor shortage in the province. Why is that happening? Why are we seeing difficulties for a lot of businesses? And I see it every day, my travels, even, out and about, but also online, people are looking or companies are looking for people. They can't find them.
Yeah, so I think among hard-hit sectors, so if you think about restaurants, a lot of them are reporting having an issue hiring workers right now. And I think that's not too surprising. I think that that's going to take time. There's a lot of uncertainty there. There's also kind of less interest among employees in wanting to work in an industry that they're not really sure what's going to happen over the next few months. So that's maybe a little bit less unexpected. But what we're also seeing with our survey is in these other industries, specifically energy services, tech, agriculture, trades, they're also trying to hire for workers and are having a really hard time finding them. Especially it's among workers with higher education levels and skill levels that we're seeing just a lot of competition in the market for those workers. And Alberta employers are having a hard time finding the workers that they need.
So tell me what some of the top barriers are in recruiting for companies these days.
So tell me a little more what you mean by that.
Like what are the kind of the things that the most difficult things that they're finding in their search for people?
Yeah, so the biggest reported barrier is really just of the applicants that they're seeing, they don't have the required skills that they're looking for. So whether it's, not the right degree, not the right certifications, so on and so forth, that's really the number one barrier that we're seeing.
Okay, super then. Well, not super, but and which brings us to the overall economy. Like, what does this mean? For the provincial economy when companies can't find people to work.
Yeah, I think it definitely means a potentially slower recovery. So even just in the last month, we saw an increase in Albertans who are employed of about 12,000. That's not a huge amount when we're still 70,000 jobs short of where we were, right? So already we're looking at 5 or 6 more months to a full recovery at the current pace. And I think that, a lot of this mismatch between folks who are looking for work and the people that employers are trying to find, right, is going to slow down our recovery, unfortunately, unless we invest in, connecting the dots between employer and the folks who are unemployed.
Yeah, and I guess it slows down the recovery for those individual businesses too, right? Many of them have faced lockdown situations in the past year and a half. Many of them are, kind of drowning in debt that they've taken on over the past year and a half. So they really need to have staff out there and to get their businesses back up and running, right?
Absolutely. They're really trying to get up and running quickly. Even, most of our businesses in a different survey that we do are reporting that they are interested in hiring more people, staffing up over the course of the year. So that's the good sign, right? That's the hard part. But now we just need to connect the dots on getting folks who are unemployed into those positions.
Okay, super. Thanks very much, Alicia, for joining us today.
Thanks so much.
That was Alicia Planinshish, who is an economist with the Business Council of Alberta. This has been Business Insider with Mario Tonaguzzi on YYC Business, brought to you today by Megapix Media.